Hi guys, Drew here, back with another video, and I'm not talking about the junior caps today, which it's been a pretty long time since I haven't, or the senior caps, to be fair. But we talked about the Newfoundland Regiment. This is actually the debut of the hoodie I got a few weeks ago. Actually, the hoodie came on my birthday, so pretty nice. Came in the right time, and it's a beautiful logo, of course, and a beautiful style the hoodie is. But moving on from that, this isn't a hoodie talk clothing design video. This is a talk about what can we expect from the Newfoundland Regiment heading into this year, heading into this upcoming season. Not so management-wise, kind of management-wise, but more so what the guys on the ice are like. Who are some players that you're going to have to watch out for, and who are some that can definitely put the puck in the back of the net or rack up points, either assists or something like that, or some upcoming prospects who may blossom for the Titan as well. We'll talk about as much as I can throughout today's video. So of course, the Newfoundland Regiment what the name of the team was named after the group of men who served in World War I and World War II, honoring those groups of people from Newfoundland that decided the battle. But the jerseys have not been revealed yet. The logo has, as you can see, and it's a nice logo. The caribou, aka the Trail of the Caribou, really nice. They've already got a poster up in front of the Mary Brown Center showing off the logo and the cream color in the background. So I wonder what the jersey design is going to look like. Maybe we talk a little bit about that in a video. What can we see the jersey being like? It'll be revealed in the summer apparently. So stay tuned for that. Season ticket holders, season tickets have went over 1,400 people have bought, which is definitely a lot compared to the Growlers, which was around 600, I've heard. But 1,400 for the regiment is unbelievable. I've heard a lot of people that are really excited for this team to come. But anyways, some players this year for the Acadie-Bathurst Titan or Acadie-Bathurst Titan that have really I've really focused on. There's three. Not two, three. The first one I wanted to talk about was Dawson Sharkey. And if you don't know who Dawson Sharkey is, well, you're kind of missing out on who he is. He's kind of blossomed into this really gritty player who can score goals here and there. In 50 games for the Titan, he scored 21 goals, 14 assists for 35 points. And honestly, 21 goals, a 20-goal season for a QMJHL player is really good. In my opinion, he's the future captain of the Newfoundland Regiment. I can see him being the first captain since Colby Huggin is currently serving as the captain for the Titan. As his season ends, he will not return to the QMJHL. He will move on to whatever team he proceeds to go to. And so I can see Sharkey definitely being that captain for that one season that he has left in the queue, depending on how he does. But this is one of the main reasons why I could see him being the captain. Obviously, with the Growlers' past captaincy, Todd Skirving, James Belindy, but more so James Belindy, he was in that grittiness, would always drop the gloves and get the crowd fired up. Sharkey has 118 penalty minutes this year, so you're going to have to watch out for him if he's coming at you. You don't really want to fight him. He's an agitator, I could say. Maybe almost like Terry Ryan, almost, you could say, almost. But Sharkey is going to be a gem for the regiment, and we'll see how he does when he comes here in this upcoming September. Another player that I wanted to talk about was Noah LeBurge, and these two next players that I want to talk about are defensemen. LeBurge is one of them. In 59 games for the regiment, he has racked up 11 goals, 21 assists for 32 points. I can see him being the next power play quarterback next year for the regiment. He's ranked 126 overall per NHL Central Scouting regarding on who he could be drafted to next year, because he is eligible for the draft this year, which is why I could see if he is a draft pick, will the regiment play more next year? Only time can tell what happens with that. But LeBurge overall is a really solid offensive defenseman, two-way defenseman, you could call him almost. Really good guy to have on your team, and we'll see how he does with that offensive push. He'll probably be the next offensive defenseman, as I said before, almost like a guy like Johnny Tyconic you're going to want to look for, comparing him to a Growlers player almost. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this wall next year because it's just covered in Growlers stuff, so we'll see what we can do with that. But the next player I want to talk about, and this is the last player I'll discuss with the Titan right now, is Will Reynolds. And Will Reynolds in 60 games, he only has 4 goals, 9 assists for 13 points. But this guy is really solid defensively. Like, he doesn't get enough credit for what he does. I mean, when I say his ranking in the draft this year, you probably will get why. But Reynolds, he's been an unbelievable player for the Titan defensively this year. Almost like a Brian Dumoulin type of player, you could say. Really solid defensively, stay-at-home defenseman on your team. Don't really see him being like a power play guy unless they get him on the second power play. Only time can tell what happens in September. But he's actually ranked 78th overall per NHL Central Scouting. I believe that's in the 3rd round if you ask me for the NHL draft. So yeah, those are the both of their rankings. 126th overall for LeBurge and 78th overall for Will Reynolds. So if those two can get drafted into the draft this year, that would be huge for the regiment, as right now the Titan don't have any players that are drafted besides Mikas Vesvangas. I may have mispronounced that name, but I mean Latvians, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so we'll see how they head into that year with possibly 2 new drafted players. That would be huge, as I said before, for the regiment. Now, I want to talk about the top prospects. There is only one player that I have stats listed off for that I could tell you guys, but there are way more that you could list off as well. Some guys like Owen Dyke, Biago Jr. Daniele, Leo Gauthier is another, Liam Arsenault. There's way more that you can name that will be stars for the regiment. Owen Dyke's actually a Newfoundlander, but the one guy that's kind of stood out to me as their top prospect as of now is Antoine Proulx. And Antoine Proulx, you probably have heard of him. He's been in a few IIHF tournaments. I think he's been one this past year for the World Hockey Championship U17 representing Team Canada. But he's actually playing this year for the Levis Chevaliers. And I don't even know if I pronounced that right. The Chevaliers, you could call them maybe. Yeah, I'm saying that in an English accent for a French team. So jokes on me, I don't know if I pronounced that right. But in 20 games played for the Chevaliers, he has a 1.49 goals against average and a 9.39 save percentage. The fact that he has a goal against average under 2 is really good, considering he's a Titan prospect. And then a 9.39 save percentage is absolutely outstanding. Last time I think I checked his stats, he had like a 9.20 before this. I was doing notes for this video. 9.39 save percentage for Proulx is unbelievable. He'll 100% be on this team next year with him and Mikas Vesvangas. So we'll see how those two do next year. Will Proulx be the starter, or will they keep it as Mikas, the Montreal Canadiens prospect, as the goalies next year? The Titan have Gatineau and Val-d'Or's first-round picks. And right now, Val-d'Or is in a playoff spot, but Gatineau isn't. So if that's a lottery pick, like top 4, we're going to get a good player. I'll tell you that for free. There's 3 players here that are probably top 3 in the draft this year heading into it, and I wanted to discuss how they've been doing. Now, this guy here, who I could see being 3rd overall, regarding on if the Titan, not the Titan, the regiment gets 3rd overall. I have Ben Vitch ranked 3rd overall. He's from Newfoundland. He's been playing this year for the York Simcoe Express, and he's played a lot more for St. Andrews College, but he's just recently played for the Express. And in those games, he's played 29 games only, 21 goals, 21 assists for 42 points. He's lighted the lamp for sure in York for the Simcoe Express, or unless the place is called York Simcoe, I'm not sure. But the Express has been really good this year, as well as Ben Vitch. And if the regiment can get him, that would be huge, since he is a Newfie himself. Vitch is from St. John's, I believe, Newfoundland. So we'll see how he does if he does get drafted by the regiment. And if he doesn't get drafted by the regiment, it'll be weird to have a Newfie playing against a team in Newfoundland. So we'll see where Vitch goes heading into this draft. Another guy I want to talk about who I have ranked 2nd is James Scantlebury. And this guy is from Montreal. He's 16 years old at the moment. He's playing this year for the Bishop Kearney Selects. And in 51 games, he has 32 goals, 52 assists for 84 points. Out of all the stats I'm listing in this video, he definitely has the most points. Scantlebury's a gem heading into this draft. I've looked at a few of his games. He almost reminds me of like a Seth Jarvis maybe type of player, Logan Stankoven almost. And he could put the puck in the back of the net, but he's almost shorter. He's speedy. He can definitely put the puck in the back of the net and rack up points with that as well as assists. And now number 1 overall, who do I have getting number 1 overall? And that's Alexis Joseph. And I mean, if you don't know who he is, he's a beast. Ethan Belchetz is a similar guy to what Joseph is. If you don't know who Belchetz is, he plays for the Windsor Spitfires. But Joseph, a 6'6" forward in 42 games for the, okay, I apologize if I get this name wrong, the College Esther Blondin Phoenix. It may be in a French, the name may be in French, I'm not totally sure, but in 42 games, as I said before, Joseph has 23 goals, 33 assists for 56 points. Now that is less than Scantlebury, which is why I could possibly see Scantlebury going first overall, but Joseph right now is my vote. I mean, he's tall and he can also score as well. Who's the guy that's tall that scored? Maybe like, he's almost like Nathan McKinnon, power forward. I don't know if McKinnon's as tall as Joseph is. Maybe like Tage Thompson. We could call him Tage Thompson, even though Thompson is like 6'8" or something like that. Joseph is the guy that you're going to want on your team heading into this draft. He's the guy that I really hope that the regiment are able to pick up. If not him, Vitch or Scantlebury would be pretty cool as well. I know that Quinn Norman's another player that may be in that range as a defenseman. But as I said before, Reynolds and LaBerge are defensemen on this team that are both left-handed, as well as Norman that could be drafted into the NHL heading into next season, which is why I really don't see the regiment going after much defensemen in this draft, even though they could if they really want to. Or goalies, since Proulx is probably the top goalie right now for them, as well as Owen Dyke is in the system on defense. Right now, the Acadie-Bathurst Titan have clinched the 2025 playoffs, so we'll see if they could get the Gilles Courtois trophy. I know last year Drummondville won it, and will they do it again with Riley Mercer, Newfoundlander himself, in net, or can the Titan end their season off with a bang, end their career as the Titan end off with a bang? Because I know that right now they have a junior A team coming next year called the Lightning Storm. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Can they get higher attendances? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now it looks like they'll either play the Charlottetown Islanders or Cape Breton Eagles. You really don't want to play the Moncton Wildcats. Only 9 losses this year in their 60 games played. So we'll see how they do. Will the regiment, how long could they be here? With what I've heard for season tickets, like over 1,400, it could be here for a long time. I really hope they are, because if this is another 5 years, I honestly think this is Newfoundland's last chance. So if a last chance on the team, if you're asking me, if we lose this team within 3 or 5 years, I could just see senior hockey being the main thing here. But that's basically it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I've got a load of regiment of videos to talk about this summer once the junior cap season is all over. I'm heading actually up to Quebec City in a few weeks, so maybe attend a Ramparts game, see how they are doing in the playoffs. So get a little bit of QMJHL experience. I've only been to one QMJHL game in my life, and that was in Halifax. Great atmosphere also in Halifax. That may be the regiment's rivals. Only time could tell where the regiment stands within next year. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, you can like this video. You can subscribe if you really liked it. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, so if you can hit that subscribe button down below, I'd truly appreciate it. The rumor has it that if you subscribe, the regiment will win the Memorial Cup next year. I don't make up the rules, but I'm just saying. That's it for today's video, guys. And I'll talk to you all again in the next video, which is probably going to be junior caps. That'll probably come out either Sunday or Monday, since they do play tonight as well as tomorrow night. So if the stats are inaccurate, if you're watching this video within a few days, you know why the stats are inaccurate if you go on to Elite Prospects after this. But just listing off some current stats, and we'll see how they do to finish off their season as the playoffs are on the horizon. That's it for today's video, guys. And I'll talk to you all again soon.